Here comes the boy. Hello, boy. Like my little cutie pie white mage. Look at my little cutie pie. Yeah. Doodly-dee-dee-dee-dee-dee-dee. The Alamegan delegate to Russet Han has grim news to convey. You're ready to lend us your aid? I'll apprise you of the situation. We received reports of a creature believed to be a blasphemy stalking the streets of Alamigo. Troops have been assigned to track and slay the beast, but there is likely to be casualties. With most of our healers posted elsewhere, we had thought to petition you for aid. I should be glad to help. Once again, we're in your debt. Anyway, go see Commander Aldine. Yeah, my comrades from the Immortal Flames are there, don't worry. Bless. Trouble's majority of our healers are working day and night to treat the tempered Imperials captured in Pthagfan. For that reason, we too will be glad of your help. Aye, your presence alone will be a great comfort to your troops. I love that they're explaining things like, yeah, no, remember that dungeon you ran where there were like 8 million guys trying to kill you? We're dealing with that shit. Lil JC's cute as hell? Thank you. I know. He's a little cutie boy. May Rolgar grant me strength. Look at this little cutie boy.
Oh.
Hey, it's your blasphemy hunter. What up? How you doing, girl? Ah, Master JC. We were told you were on your way, but this is even quicker than expected. I'll tell Commander Aldine you've arrived. One moment, please. Ah, glad you could join us. Uh-oh. Well, hello there. It's me, the coolest guy in this entire fucking game. What up, everybody? It's me, your boy. Sir, I will leave now and let you just talk. All right, bye. Now that the far greater crisis has been resolved, we may and must turn our undivided attention to matters of a smaller but no less deadly scale. I'd like nothing more than to hear about your recent adventures, but I'm afraid such pleasantries will have to wait. Yo, look at this dude. I love this guy. As our man in Thavnair will have told you, blasphemy is loose in Alamigo. When it first appeared, the city guard were able to get most of the bystanders to safety, and for mercy, those caught in the chaos only suffered minor injuries. But the fiend managed to escape and has not been seen since. We must find it, and soon. For as long as it remains at large, every man, woman, and child is at risk. As was the case in Thavnair, the blasphemy's very existence seems to spur the creation of lesser beasts. The longer it's allowed to roam free, the more tragedy our people will suffer. Did anyone see the change take place? Aye, there were several eyewitnesses who gave the same account. A man walking through the Alamegan quarter fell to his knees all of a sudden, and a moment later transformed into the monstrosity we now pursue. But behold, beyond the fact that he was a young Highlander, we know next to nothing about him. Even the descriptions of his appearance are too vague to help identify the lad. We've no clues as to his name or background. For all we know, he might not even been born in Alamigo. Might have been the son of refugees come to visit. There are other possibilities we're investigating, though. That said, I doubt his circumstances are unique. Blasphemies and beasts are born when men are overcome by despair. Whatever drove him to turn likely could have done matter the same to another. I need my water robe on. Therefore, in order to prevent future tragedies, it is imperative that we identify and address the underlying cause. Until we do, we'll have no choice but to deal with the afflicted the only way we know how. by granting them a quick death. For now, I would have you join me in the hunt and keep my men from falling prey to these creatures. Are you up to it? You have my thanks. And, as chance would have it, we've just received word a number of beasts were spotted in the outskirts of Alagana. Uh-oh. The troops stationed there have already put them down, but were wounded in the process. Go there. Bye, dude. You're amazing. Keep being amazing, buddy. Keep being amazing. Maybe I could heal his arm back? He's only gotten stronger since he lost the arm. The man is only stronger. Dinner options, Mario's or Casanos? Holy shit, you really are from Dayton. Here's the thing. Casanos has better pepperoni, but Marion's sausage is more fun. Marion's pizza sausage is kind of like little rabbit pellety things, and that's just better, frankly. But I also haven't had either in 20 years. 15 years. So I'm not sure which is good. I don't know which is good. Truth be told, it's been so long. I wouldn't even know. I wouldn't know where to begin. Yeah, when I left, it was between Marion's, Casanos, and Donato's Pizza. And Donato's was winning but Donato's was like, you know, because they were faster. Marion's was all right, but they didn't deliver. And Casanos was good, but Casanos was like the Taco Bell of pizza. Like, it was all right if it was the only thing open and you would eat it. But you would go to Marion's or Donato's beforehand. And that's been Jesse's Midwestern Pizza Review. Although the soldiers were able to lead the beasts away from the village and called a lot of them, victory did not come easily. It's times like these that our lack of healers is most sorely felt. I dare say they've yet to receive any treatment at all. See to their wounds. Okay. Once I've completed my patrol, okay. I'm healing you with the power of a twig, a magical twig. Twig powers. Oh, hey, thanks. I feel so much better. Hold on. You're little, aren't you? I can't believe it. You're the one who inspired me to join the Resistance in the first place. And now you've come to save me in an hour of need? I'll never forget this. Thank you. Thank you. You're welcome. See, I inspire people. I bet your Warrior of Light doesn't inspire people. I saw them change right before my eyes. Those weren't monsters I killed, but innocent men. But it had to be done. There were others we had to protect, and thanks to you, I can continue to do just that. Once I made my way back, I'll give a full account to the families. They'll understand. Yeah, Lil JC inspires. The reason why he inspires is the reason I picked the tiniest character. Because even the smallest among us can be heroes. Sure, I stole that from The Hobbit, but who the hell cares? Who cares? Not me. My boy. Hug. Oh. It was good of you to come all this way, though I never doubted you for a moment that you wouldn't. Never doubted for a moment that you wouldn't. Oh, my boy, let me push you around. For treating the wounds of these soldiers, you have my thanks. And theirs too, no doubt. It seems they were indeed successful in slaying all the beasts, if my search is any indication. But we must remain vigilant. What word am I going to say? Vigilant? No. Village idiot is what I am. Vigilant is not a real word. Vigilant is. I've also spoken with several people who witnessed the moment of the transformation. Though the ordeal was understandably left them rather shaken. I hear you've been through a fair few ordeals yourself, Little. Oh, my boy. As for me, I've kept busy with this and that. like getting the hang of this wheelchair. Obviously, it has its limitations, but it gets me where I need to go. I've been working with this new organization as well, which is what brought me here. But no sooner had I arrived than those locals turned. Ragenfrid, I heard you were there when it happened. What can you tell us? Yeah, the ones who underwent the change are the very people we were trying to help. Bro, what? Perhaps I should explain from the beginning. The meeting Lys held in the royal palace marked a turning point for all of Garlemald. It spurred us to open dialogue with peoples and communities we otherwise would have shunned. But there are still so many problems to be addressed and countless souls struggling to build new lives for themselves. I decided to form a volunteer group, the Silver Griffins. Our main concern is the welfare of Alamegans who sided with the Empire, for whatever reason, and helping them find their place in society. In particular, the surviving families of the Crania Lupi. But I thought you despised the skulls. Hey, you know what? I'm going to say you've changed your tune. Make no mistake, I've not forgiven them. I don't have that in me, and I doubt I ever will. But the memory of that day in the palace of Fordola asking to be locked up again after saving us all, it stayed with me. Got me thinking about why she and the other youths would commit such atrocities, why they swear to serve the Empire. And the answer was simple, because they'd seen what we'd seen and suffered much the same. In a hell where all are condemned, they chose to betray one brother to save another. And that's how the Garleans win. Not by breaking you, but by making you break yourself. By making the choice the right one. By making that choice the right one for a man in the end of his tether. Healing only begins with liberation. Some scars never will, regardless. Those who've returned from foreign lands may have difficulty carving out a living here. But the ones who pledge allegiance to Garlemald, this is not the Alamigo we dreamed of. After 25 years of misery, I'll not see it thrown away because we can't come to terms with the past. That's why we formed the Silver Griffins, to see that no one is cast aside. It's a cause I support, and it's what brought me here today. I've been acting as a mediator. Aye, and in the short time he's been with us, he's proven himself a natural. But despite our early success, the families of the Skulls continue to refuse our help. I think I see where this is leading. They're the ones who turned, yes? It comes as no surprise. Their kin tormented and murdered fellow Alamegans. Anyone with a conscience would feel shame and guilt. For some, it might be too much to bear. I think I might know why they're turning away from us. It's a sensitive matter, though, so let's go somewhere we won't be overheard. It's about one of the men who turned. I saw his memories. With the echo. I'll not pretend I understand it, but tell us what you learned. I only caught a glimpse, but that was enough. It was during the occupation. A man raising his son. Only the two of them, but they were a family. Keep the boy clothed and fed, he chose to side with the Empire. He knew that what others would say, but he did it anyway. And so he was branded a traitor. Every day his son listened to the jeering and insults, but there was nothing he could do. When he came of age, he joined the Skulls and hoped that he could make life easier for his father. He never dared to question his orders, no matter how depraved. He died in the revolution, but not before killing his own countrymen. His father wept, not for the betrayer and murderer, but for the man he could have been. He blamed it all on himself, right up until the change took him. I can only pray he and his boy finally found peace they were denied in life. Alas, theirs is an all too familiar tale. I cannot forgive them. They cannot forgive themselves, nor can they see how anyone else could. The sins of their kin weigh heavy on them. They think themselves undeserving of our compassion. If they carry on like that, they'll turn into beasts. We've got to help them before it's too late. Growing up half Garlean in Alamigo, I know what it feels like to be shunned and hated. I hate myself. Oh, to hate myself. But so long as we give ourselves and others a chance, we can change for the better. And while I might not be as clever or eloquent as someone like Alphino, I know I can make a difference. I might not be quite the swordsman I used to be, but I'm still a fighter at heart, and I owe it to Abba and Oli to make the most of this life as long as I've got it. We Silver Griffins will give our all to see that no beasts or blasphemies ravage Girabani again. So, Commander Aldin, do we have your approval to continue our work? Of course. There is no enemy more formidable than despair, and I'd be a fool to refuse your help. That even a single one of our people has succumbed to this transformation is proof of our failure to protect them. Therefore, I pledge the Silver Griffins my unconditional support. Together, we will prevail. Now that we have little on-hand aid troops, I believe we are ready to face any beast we encounter. Though I fear it's only a matter of time before others appear, I ask that you lend the Silver Griffins your assistance in the meantime. Okay. Very good. For now, let's return to the city. Final Fantasy XIV taught me a good nod says more than words will ever be able to. Look, all you gotta do is when someone looks at you, go, and everyone gets it. Everyone's on the same page. You tell me to do anything, if I'm in, I'm gonna be like, no. Those who harbor guilt do so not because they are weak of heart, but because they failed to meet the demands that they make of themselves. It was the same for me when I believed that my failures had led to the Sultana's assassination. Despair and self-loathing were indescribable. I was fortunate that you and the other Scions came to my rescue, that I had friends who convinced me I was more than some of my worst mistakes. Now, we must do the same for the people of Alamigo. We must help them to heal and find the strength to, if not forgive, then come to terms with who we were, so that we can look to who we can be, who we should aspire to be. This is precisely why the work of the Silver Griffins is so vital. Though our problems are not new, the emergence of this deadly phenomenon means we cannot afford to delay addressing them any longer, and we will be better for it ultimately. Once we've decided a course of action, you'll be the first to know. Until then, sit tight. Sitting. And now he's gone. We were hoping you'd stop by. I'll show you to Commander Aldin at once. very welcome sight as always, Captain.
He calls me Captain because I'm a captain in the Royal Flames. I love that. I love that.
Aye, lots happened since last we spoke. We Silver Griffins have been keeping busy. As have I and my men. But I'm afraid we've little to show for our efforts. Although we've been searching high and low for the blasphemy, we've seen neither hide or nor hair of it.
What did I say? The Royal Flames? What did I just say? The Royal Flames, yeah. That's right. Whatever I said, didn't mean it.
The Royal Flames sounds like a hockey team. Sorry, I can't get over that. Anyway, it's Immortal Flames. Unfortunately, everyone else has had better luck. We received reports of lesser beasts throughout Garlemald, and putting them down is as important as hunting the blasphemy that got in the way. To complicate matters, rumors have been circulating that these beasts were the Skull's kin. Well, this was true of recent incident in Alagana. We cannot have people jump to conclusions, given what they might feel tempted to do. It's been suggested that we take these individuals into custody for their own protection as much as safety of others. But that would only isolate them further and give credence to the rumors. The recent unrest... wrong voice. The recent unrest has hindered the efforts of the Silver Griffins to no end. Therefore, I ask that you aid them in their endeavors and see if there is aught that can be done. Also, you'll be joined by another volunteer. Try not to be too surprised.
I thought I felt my ears burning. It's your girl.
I said I don't need a keeper. But did they bloody listen? Did they bollocks? Come on, don't be like that. This is what you agreed to. Besides, you never know when you might need a healer. And there's none better than Lil. He's right. You've earned a measure of trust, and this shouldn't be taken to mean otherwise. Thick as thieves, are we now? Well, there's no need for this sodding collar, eh? We all know I'm not coming off. We all know it's not coming off anytime soon. But if this is how it is to be, then fine. So long as he keeps out of my way. I want the two of you to visit the Silver Griffins headquarters in Alagana. Several relatives of the Crania Lupi have agreed to meet with them, and we could do with a measure of precaution. If anyone so as much mentions the skulls, I'll deal with it. Understood. Let's get this over with. Such an angry redhead. She is as much at risk as turning as anyone, maybe even more so. You don't need the Echo to see the weight she's carrying. She's still not got a handle on her own Echo either. Sometimes the visions come without warning, and with such force that it's all she can do to stay standing. There's no telling what might happen when she comes face to face with family or former comrades. So look out for her, please. I wish there was more I could do for myself. But we've all got our own duties. I'll see them through to the end. So we must all follow Fordola's lead. We're counting on you, both even. But be ready to step in, even if she curses you for it. I will do so. Oh, that's Fordola's curved sword. Curved swords. No, that wasn't a tail. That was her. That was her sword. It did look like a tail though. had a feeling Raban would send you little, but as for her...
You got any complaints, take them up with the commander.
No, it's fine, truth be told. Ever since that day at the Royal Palace, I've been thinking...
Stop. You don't want to say it. I don't want to hear it.
To the matter at hand, then. We Silver Griffins have been working to support the relatives of the Crania Lupi, but one family has gone missing, a mother and her parents. We lived together under the same roof. One of ours paid them a visit, but they were nowhere to be seen, and when they went inside to check, they found the house had been torn to shreds. Thick gouges in the floor and walls made by beast claws by the look of them.
You think they've turned?
Aye, that's most likely the explanation. Please do what you must before anyone else gets hurt.
There's no time to waste. I'll head west, you east.
Okay.
What to say? Do they live in the waterfall? Hello, various snake ladies. Do you see? Oh, no, those are Fumbabas.
Those is Fumbabas.
Speaking of which, oh no, that's not a Fumbaba. That's just a fell beast. I love this guy. He looks great. Read the letter, y'all. Dear Mother, I hope this letter finds you well. Time is short, so I must keep this brief. Although I have never done anything to make you proud, I promise you things will be different when the war is over. Until then, take care and know that I love you with all my heart. Find the others. Yes, hello. What's going on with you, chat? I see you say Jessup. That is a name I've been called. Yes. Oh, wrong thing. Oh, Lord. Oh, no. Help me, Derpy. I need you now more than ever. Okay, let's go back.
Were you able to find anything?
One letter, one wedding ring.
Well, then it's as we feared.
I found and killed a third. It was carrying this. A matching ring. I'll deliver these effects to their next of kin and arrange for a funeral. Or as close to one as possible under the circumstances. There's no change in the past. We'll always carry it and the scars. But no matter who we were, what we did, we're Alamegans, then and now. The Empire was our enemy then, and now it's despair. Good words and deeds will serve us best in this fight. Weapons even an old man like me can yet wield. Thanks to the two of you, the missing villagers may finally be laid to rest. I and the other civil Griffins will redouble our efforts to prevent any further tragedies.
I finished checking the ware, sir. Everything's in order.
Good work. Take a rest, lad. You've more than earned it. Keep this to yourselves, but Evrat's younger brother was a member of the Crania Lupi. He's exactly the sort of person we're trying to help. That guy's face was like,
I'm just happy to be here.
Like many of the others, he was reluctant to talk at first, but after we'd gained his trust, we were able to help him find work. He's taken to it well.
Hey, yeah, I'm happy to be here.
Oh, shit. It's her! The butcher! Traitors, all of us, Kinslayer, deserve the hate and death! Oh boy, there he goes. Get back! And Monster Man.
I'm so angry and foaming at the mouth even.
That girl took that hit like, bitch, what? Stay away from her! Fordola saved your girl's life. I know, but she's... It happened in an instant, that poor lad. But it had to be done without hesitation. Would have been much worse otherwise. Could you go after Fordola and see to her wounds? I'll do what I can here. How you doing? I'm fine. Leave me be. Come on, let me heal you. I said I don't need your help. It's not only your injuries I'm worried about. I'm a healer. Let me do my job. You know what? No. We're gonna. I want to see inside your soul. Bloody hells! If you're here to patch me up, get on with it quietly. curl can't change its spots. There's no washing the blood off my hands, nor would I, even if I could. Taking up Garlean steel was the first choice, but not the last. Like the first kill, the hardest. Every choice after that came easier and easier until I stopped counting, stopped caring. You tell yourself it's right, it's for the greater good. You give the order, you feel the ground tremble as the cannon fires, and when the dust settles and your own men are buried beneath the rubble, you tell yourself, oh no! Me too. You mustn't give in! Damn. This girl's like, ha! The man in the village. I saw his past. I'm the one who killed his brother. I'll be all right. I just need a moment. Can you wait with me? Everything Skulls fought for, the sacrifices we made, the things we did, in the end, it was all for nothing. Sometimes I look back on the road I walked and the bitterness I can still taste, and I wonder, if I'd grown up in another time, another place, would I have done the same to different people? Was it always in me to be me? All I know is, everyone would have been better off if I'd never been born. But I was, and I dragged others into a hell of my own making. I remember these two brothers in particular, childhood friends of mine. The older one enlisted with me, but the younger, who would never have made it as a soldier. He was too kind, too good. Hansford died, speculated Imperatoris, but his brother's still out there somewhere. Not that I've got the courage to face him after what I did. Hope he's found the life he deserves. Not all of the crania lupi at the towers died that day. I know from one of my visions that at least one survived. Rudolph. I'm glad he made it out, but too many others didn't. Too many others still need our help. I helped make this blasphemy, and by Ralgar, I'll kill the bastard if it's the last thing I do. Anyway, that's enough out of me. I'll be heading back to the city to make my report. I suggest you do likewise.
Welcome back. Fordola's already given her account, and I'd like to hear yours, too. So there I was, doing absolutely nothing, and she almost turned into a beast herself, you say? I'll have to take that into consideration before sending her out to the field again. As far as the events of Alagan are concerned, the two of you did well. Despite the appearance of several beasts, you were able to prevent any further casualties. However, this serves to confirm that those with connections to the Crania Lupi should be considered at risk of turning. Over the years, many of them drifted away from the larger settlements and have taken living in secret. Others made their way to Ul'dah as refugees, including some individuals of interest. As such, we'll be working closely with the Immortal Flames to locate and offer support to those refugees in particular. In fact, I plan to make a journey there for an audience with the Sultana. Hey! Once my preparations are complete, perhaps you'll come to me. Hey! Of course I would love to.
Here to see Commander Aldin. All right.
Our request for an audience with the Sultana has been accepted. Before we depart, I'll share what we've learned since last we spoke. The blasphemy continues to elude us, all while driving others to succumb to despair in turn. Even with Alamiga and Eldon forces searching for the signs of the beast and more potential victims, we've yet to discern a pattern in the chaos. Nevertheless, if our blasphemy is like the others, its behavior is likely dictated by the passions and regrets of the man who once was. Therefore, any information concerning him and the life he may have led, may help us track it down before it strikes again.
We don't want people to shun the families of the skulls any more than they already are. But the fact remains that the vast majority of the beasts have been born from them. They're the ones at the greatest risk of turning without question. Fordola concerns me too. She came close to transforming once before, so I think it might be best if we keep her out of this after all. She deserves a chance to make amends.
I'm inclined to agree with Little. She was able to resist the transformation and has shown no signs of succumbing since then. If she wants to do her part, I say we let her.
If only I could go in her stead.
Actually, I was hoping you'd come with us to meet the Sultana. I believe she would benefit greatly from your understanding of the struggles your people face. You'd gain from experience too. While she's not the sort to brandish a sword or charge into battle, you'll soon discover why she's a champion in her own arena, as brave as any warrior.
I doubt she'll have much to learn from the likes of me, but it would be an honor to make her acquaintance.
Arnvald and I will go ahead and wait for you at Husting Strip.
We will see you anon. You know what? Why don't I just do this? Papa Sean! Oh, it's your boy! I only let her out of my sight for a moment. Oh boy, is she missing.
Master Papa Sean was just telling us that Nanamo, or should I say, Lady Lil Viera, has gone on another one of her jaunts about the city.
Oh, it's not my place to question her grace's judgment. I do wish she had consulted me before running off on her own. Perhaps I'm overthinking it, but it's unlike her to keep guests waiting.
If I may say so, sir, with blasphemies appearing... Oh, wrong voice.
If I may say so, sir, blasphemies appearing throughout the land, it's a dangerous time to be going for a stroll.
I suspect that may be the very reason. She wishes to see for herself how the citizenry fare in these trying times even. Even so, it's downright reckless. We'll find her, though.
No, I couldn't possibly allow such esteemed guests to...
Come now. We might be here on official business, but we're old friends. As you remember, I have a knack for tracking down errant sultanas.
Some might say that knack is rather charitable. I should be glad of the assistance.
I'll take a look around here. Quizzing the locals will give me an opportunity to learn of recent goings-on in Old Da, too.
Nope, that was Ehrenwald. Well, whatever.
Well then, there's no time like the present. Fear not. With me on the case, this will be over before you know it.
The old merchant strip, huh?
It's been some time since I last combed the streets looking for young Viera. As a matter of fact, Papashan and I would compete to see which one of us could find her first. As I recall, most of the contests ended in my favor. The trick, you see, is to look past the disguise and pay attention to the gestures and mannerisms. The tiniest movement that might give her away. Come, I'll show you how it's done. She's fond of perusing the stalls here.
Found her. Found her. No, that's not her. What the hell?
She's not here. Where could she be? What if she's been abducted? I've never known her to be this elusive. That's odd. I've tried all her usual haunts, so unless she's hiding inside a barrel or something equally nonsensical, she must be somewhere else. Gods, why did she choose now of all times to run off? What if she's been abducted or run afoul of the beast? You're right, I know, but it's hard not to worry. Where could she be? Come to think of it, something Papashan said caught my ear. He thought Nanamo went on this excursion because of the emergence of the blasphemy and the beasts, to better understand how her people are coping with the situation. If so, she'd be driven to seek out the most desperate— Hey, the old Pearl Lane! You know what? Things never change. Pearl Lane, still a shithole. Why do you ask her to lead the way? I'll admit, my ability to track missing persons may have dulled somewhat. Pearl Lane has ever been plagued by pickpockets and the like. Come on, let's go.
The Sultana was our friends we made along the way.
Well, it may not be immediately obvious. Oof. Adding syllables. Conditions here have improved considerably of late. Her Grace continues to support the rebuilding efforts in Garlemald, which has led to the creation of jobs of many of the locals, both here and on the other side of Belsar's wall. In every society, there are the haves and the have-nots, and seldom is this divide more sorely felt than here in Ul'dah. Many of the young and able-bodied work for Lolorito as guards, though he earns more in an afternoon than most will in a lifetime.
There she is.
Not a Lady Lyra.
Oh? Rabon, whatever are you doing here? And little too. Well, I'm glad to see you both. Our meeting is not due to commence for several bells. What is the meaning of this?
We're worried, with good reason. These are far too dangerous times to be roaming about alone, Your Grace.
Some things never change, but I assure you I am quite capable of looking after myself in my own city of all places. Most importantly, I wish to observe firsthand how the people have been faring of late, that I might better prepare to participate in our discussion later. But I have finished, and you will be comforted to hear.
Then pray allow us to escort you to more amenable surroundings. Would you care to ride on my shoulder? God! Oh, come on!
This is just a slap in the face. It's all I want. Screw her. Let me on the shoulder. Certainly not. You've already attracted more than enough attention. Come on. If she's not getting up there, I'll do it. Let me hop up. Let me get up there. Here's the real question. Was that line of dialogue in the quest before or after I bugged Yoshi P about... I assume it's before. So did Yoshi P know all along that all I wanted was to ride on a shoulder? Do you think that's true? Do you think that's... Let me ride on the shoulders of people! All I want to do... That was the reason for the 2-week delay, that one line of coding. They were like, look, Jesse needs that in it. All I want is to be able to ride on the shoulders of anyone, any person. Any person is who I want to ride on. How tall is Lil JC? I'm the smallest you can be in this game. I'm smaller than Papa Sean. I am literally the smallest character in this game. It's great. Huge fan. Her Majesty, the Royal Dumpty herself. I thank you all for making the journey here during these difficult times. It is my pleasure to properly make your acquaintance. On behalf of the people of Eorzea, allow me to express my sincerest gratitude for your continued dedication to our cause. With respect, Your Grace, I'm just a soldier. Was a soldier. Still, I say, Commander Aldin would not make such a distinction, and neither will I. You yet serve your people, and have provided solace to many of Alamigo's most vulnerable. If we're to deal with this threat, we must forearm ourselves with knowledge. I understand you come bearing information regarding the blasphemy and its victims.
We have indeed.
Oh, Papa Sean. Octo! Oh, Octo. Octo just finished the main story quest. Are you feeling it? Are you feeling like... Do you want a good hug? Do you want a hug? Oh, my boy. We'll hug it out. We'll hug it out. Yeah, very good, right? It's very, very good. Oh, man. Now you have to do all the other stuff. Whenever you're ready to do whenever you're ready to do EX modes, let me know. When you're ready to do EX or the new dungeon, the new trials, the 4 new trials, let me know, dude. I would gladly do that. They're super fun. Let's do it. Hence the need to locate families of Crania Lupi, members who have fled to Thanalan. There is no end to the struggles faced by Alamigan refugees, and those who were once pledged allegiance to the Empire are no exception. But rest assured that, irrespective of their pasts, all will be treated with an even hand. All will be afforded such aid as I'm able to provide. Oh, shit.
Magnanimous as always, Your Grace.
If I might be so bold, I have a question. What do you have in mind for those most at risk of undergoing the change? I believe there is but one recourse. honest and open dialogue. This lady does not change. While some are born into unimaginable wealth, others suffer great hardships and oppression. The circumstances of our birth are beyond our control. Our fate subject to the whims of the gods, some would argue. I once thought myself prisoner to my fate, a figurehead helpless to watch as my people starved, a powerless puppet. I wanted nothing more than to cast it all aside, to free us all, but failed for my naivete. And then was afforded a second chance for my privilege. The world is unfair, terribly so, but we have the power to push back against inequalities and injustices, not overcome them on overcome them on blessed occasions. To love our neighbor and share in life's bounties, to open our hearts and become together as one. That's some lawlanism. What that is, I'm here for it.
Truer words were never spoken.
Without the support of the people, such words are not but vain platitudes. Thankfully, my recent attempts to make inroads with the monetarists have met with some success. Despite differing views on many subjects, we yet strive to find common ground. Common ground. We've been pouring all our efforts into aiding families the Crania Lupi, and while it seems to have helped a degree, some have still succumbed and turned. Of course, they're not the only ones in danger. Alamegans everywhere. Whether they sided with the Empire, fought for the Resistance, or were caught in the middle, they all suffered. They all wake up in the night at times, haunted by memories of death and despair. We know what can happen if those feelings are left to fester. The legacy of the imperial occupation will not soon be forgotten, but rather than seek to forget, mayhap it is necessary to remember, to acknowledge and accept the truth of it, that they may properly mourn those they have lost. Aye, a remembrance. I propose we hold a memorial ceremony for those who died during the war. Everyone, no matter who they were, what they did, let them be loved, let them be hated, but above all, let them be remembered. And in the remembering of the dead, in their honor and their sin, we, the living of Alamigo, may yet find a sliver of common ground.
Why, that seems very similar to what the people in Doma did, but it's fine by me.
And again, we can't keep ignoring the myriad in the room and do nothing to address the situation. As long as we leave it to individuals to decide whether or not to attend the ceremony, I think it's worth a try.
Organizing an event of this scale would require a great deal of effort, so I offer my full support. Once you know what's needed, come to me and we'll put plan into action.
Obviously, some will balk at the idea, which is perfectly understandable. So I'll be listening to their opinions as well. After all, we want it to be a ceremony that brings Alamegans together. Us Lalas all nod at the same time, thank you very much. We're like a hive mind of nodding. And I was wondering, Your Grace, if I might ask about your approach to, talking to people? Winning them over. As you can tell, I'm no politician, so I'd be grateful for any advice you can share with me. Why, I would be delighted to. As a matter of fact, I have a number of matters I wish to discuss with you.
And on that note, I suggest you and I return to Alamigo.
Bye, Papa Sean. Bye, Nanamo. Lalafels for life. Actually, are they talking right now? The relationship between Ul'dah and Alamigo is one I cherish deeply. It is imperative that we can coordinate our efforts in facing this crisis. Wonder what Abba and Uli would say if they could see that I'm in a chat with the Sultana. Can't really believe it myself. All right. I thought they were going to have, like, more there, but...
I knew Arnvald would make a good impression. He's outdone himself. Not only has he found a new avenue in life to explore, he's taken to it with considerable aplomb. While his proposed memorial ceremony is bound to have its detractors, I have faith that many will come around. Not all, but enough, I pray. For our part, we stand at the ready for whatever may occur. I shall send word if there's any developments.
Up. Hey, there's my level 90. Do I have any level 90 actual gear? But I do have the awesome power of this now. Oh, I got a little tiny cutie pie thing, and it's little tiny cutie pie thing. Great. I'll make sure to remember to use that. It's like... There you are, Commander Little. Aldine... Oh, wait, there you are, Little. Commander, Aldine has asked me to convey to you the following information. At present, we're looking into reports of missing relatives of the Cranialupi. With the cooperation of the Silver Griffins, we're currently searching for any clues as to their whereabouts. Thanks to concerted efforts of the old guy, Ragenfrid, and the others, the general public's been willing to cooperate with our investigation, though many still harbor feelings of distrust for the collaborators and their kin. They have grown more receptive to our causes on the whole. Arnvald's making steady progress in preparing for the memorial ceremony. He plans to host a meeting between various community leaders to go over the finer details. In fact, he was wondering if you could assist with delivering the invitations. I would love to. They left this man all by himself. Thanks for coming. It should come as no surprise that planning a memorial ceremony for a whole bloody nation would keep a man busy. But by Ralgar, this is something else. The hardest part's been gathering information on those who died in the war, especially when it comes to the skulls and other conscripts. And they're the ones we need to treat most carefully. If we don't acknowledge the crimes of our kin and all their painful truth, then we do disservice to their victims, living and dead. But if we let people paint them as monsters who did monstrous things we believe we would never do, then we perpetuate a different, but no less dangerous lie. Arnvald spitting facts. Arnvald spitting facts. Also, thank you, Standard Kapoor. As for preparing the event itself, I'll be holding a meeting with members from each of the settlements around Girabania. I've sent invitations to most of them already, but I'm hoping you can help with these last two. There's Miraz Nun, Appearing Stones, and okay. Two of the Beast Tribe people. Well, I guess not Beast Tribes. To be honest, I wouldn't be surprised if they're fused, considering how their people suffered at the hands of the Skulls. But I hope we can remind them that deep down, we're all just people trying to survive, to protect our loved ones. We may have driven the Empire from our lands, but as long as we hold fast to the grudges born of their attempts to divide and set us against one another, we'll never be free of their legacy of cruelty. With that in mind, I've included an account of my experiences with the Silver Griffins and people I've met, victims, collaborators, their friends and their family, men and women who lived through it all, and survivors. Survivors. Even if they refuse to join the ceremony, at least they will know, and hopefully understand our reasons for holding the event. Granted, I've not had much practice in writing important letters, but I think they'll get the message. You being the one to deliver them will make a world of difference, I'm sure. Take care, won't you? Now I'm gonna fly to a place and fly to a place and fly over here too. Hey pal, how's it going?
Greetings, friend. It's been too long since we last spoke. What brings you to my village?
A letter.
So the rumors are true. I need not read this letter to know its full contents. I understand that Ragnfrid's volunteers are working to support the families of those lost in the war, which few will deny is a worthy cause, but to include the relatives of the Cranialupi. The skulls watch the Empire slay us in our thousands, and still they turned their cloaks and fought for our oppressors. And you would ask us to mourn the deaths of these curs alongside their victims? Dismiss it out of hand would be discourteous. Very well. Family. As none, my tribe is my family. And I know all too well the responsibility that brings. I would do anything to protect them. Anything. Loyalty, pride, conscience, my very soul. All are meaningless if I cannot ensure the safety of those I love. I suspected some skulls had been faced with the selfsame choice, but to see how their kin suffered, I cannot say I do not understand, though I wish that I did not. Their crimes will never be forgiven. They cannot be. But I and the others who are willing can offer our prayers for these tortured souls and the men they could have been.
Good one, boss.
I accept the invitation, not on behalf of the M tribe, but as the Mraznun. Though I will put the question to my people, that they may decide for themselves. I am also eager to make the acquaintance of the person who wrote this letter. He is not one to turn blind eye to bitter truth. Painful though it is to confront, the meeting will be the perfect opportunity to take his measure.
You're gonna love him. He's great. Everyone loves my boy.
Welcome to what we owe the pleasure of your visit.
Have a letter.
Then it is as I suspected. There have been rumors that such a ceremony would take place. Although you have traveled far to make this invitation, I must decline. We cannot mourn the loss of the fallen if the Cranialupi are to be counted among them. Like the Quelleana, they chose to aid the Garlean oppressors, killing and bleeding for those who would pillage our lands, cowards and traitors all. And are we to assume that Quelleana, who died fighting for the Empire, will be honored as well? If so, that is all the more reason for us to refuse.
Substitute might refuse. No request. You read it? Yeah, read his account. You decide. And then you decide. If you insist. He got her. No one was spared suffering in the occupation. Not the resistance, not the collaborators, not the families of both. No one. But so many would die in shame and ignominy, having sold their souls only to lose everything, is a tragedy and a lesson. If they are forgotten, and the lesson of their folly is forgotten, for the sake of this land we call home, I will join you in remembrance and implore my people to do the same. In the morning, may we find, in mourning, may we strengthen our ties with our neighbors as well. By together facing our past, we can rebuild a foundation for lasting peace and prosperity. It would be my honor to attend the proposed meeting, and look forward to personally thanking your friend Arnvald for his dedication. I and my peers have much to learn from the example he has set. That's my boy. That's my boy, Arnvald. He's a good boy, Arnvald. So, how did you fare in the fringes? Dude, they're all in. They said that about me? It's rare for me to get such glowing praise, especially from renowned leaders like Sirisha and Mraznun. More importantly, though, they agreed to attend the meeting, and I've got you to thank for that. After all, I imagine it's hard to turn down an invitation when it's hand-delivered by the Warrior of Light himself. Before I get ahead of myself, though, I must remember that this is only the beginning. Bringing everyone together is one thing. Coming to an agreement on an extremely divisive issue is a different kettle of fish entirely, as Her Grace was quick to point out. But, as she taught me, if our cause is just and our hearts are true, those of like mind will surely answer the call. An answer they have. While there are bound to be differences of opinion, I'm sure there's nothing we can't overcome if we put our minds to it. To that end, I was hoping you could join us, if you've the time to spare. There's still a few loose ends Ragenfrid and I need to tie up beforehand, so we'll meet you in place as soon as we can. Anyway, I guess that's it for the quest. Okay. I guess that's it for the quest. Oh, boy. Here for a meeting, yes? So, while we all agree upon the importance of the ceremony, we recognize that the inclusion of the crania lupi will be distressing for many. I, too, lost family at their hands, and I would never ask others to forgive and forget. But for all their crimes, they were Alamegans just like us. None made the decision to side with Garlemald lightly. They had a choice, and they chose to betray us. Who among us would not have made difficult choices for kith and kin? And do not forget that Fordola chose to stand between us and the primal. What does that have to do with it? We're all arguing. Brothers and sisters, arguing will avail us not. The
fate of Alamigo rests on my shoulders and yours, on those of every man, woman, and child that calls these lands home. To uphold our honor, to strive for prosperity, to protect our loved ones, we all know the weight of these responsibilities. 'Twas that selfsame weight which drove many of our people to serve our oppressors, misguided as it was. And though they chose a different, unconscionable path, in the end, we all wanted the same thing, to deliver our families from persecution, that they might live to see one more day. Because another day in shame and self-hatred is still better than none at all. The regretful dread are survived by their despair. The regretful dead, even, are survived by their despair. Despair which threatens to drag us all into an abyss from which there is no escape. Know that it surely will, if we welcome it into our hearts, out of disdain for those we cannot forgive. But we Alamegans will not be so easily defeated. We stand united and conquer this menace.
Every Alamegan who fought and died did so in the hopes that one day we would be free. And we are free. We are free. By the blood of our fallen brothers and sisters, we are free. Free to lock away the pain and pretend it has no power over us till it festers and takes us in our beds. And free to lay it bare and let it breathe, to acknowledge and to mourn our people at their best and their worst. The past is ours to bear, all of it, for ourselves and for future generations, so they needn't suffer like we did. Let us make Alamigo a nation where no man is left behind, where he can make all the wrong choices and still be afforded a chance to make a right one. This dude's like, bro, holy shit. Where is Lise? Lise is in Garlemald right now. Lise was part of the contingent that attacked.
That went better than any of us could hope for. You have my gratitude for your part in the proceedings. We both know who the real hero of the day was. This was all Arnvald's idea, and it was his words that finally won over the naysayers. Now that we have community leaders on our side, we should have much easier time convincing the rest of the citizenry. Of course, holding the ceremony is by no means our final objective. No matter what we say, some will refuse to attend. It is my hope, however, that it will still serve to provide a measure of closure for us all and to ease the plight of the vulnerable and ostracized. Speaking of which, you'll recall the incident with Fordola and Alagana. The young girl she saved and her mother wish to thank her personally. Considering what happened last time, though, I have my reservations. It would be a valuable opportunity to present a former skull in a more positive light. On the other hand, I don't need to tell you how unpredictable she can be. And that's before taking her echo into consideration. And that's a conversation for another day. Go rest, you've earned it.
I get salted, that Narian cod. Ooh. Something terrible has happened. And that's Fordola. She escaped. What? She was accompanied by a squadron out on a training exercise. One moment she was there, the next she's gone. I didn't think much of it at the time, but she's been acting strangely ever since she went to meet that mother and child. You know, the ones who wanted to thank her for saving the girl's life? When I told Commander Aldin about it, he went off charging to Alagana to ask them if they had any idea where Fordola might be. I thought about going after him, but Then I heard you were headed this way. I reckon it'd be better to send you off in my stead. Godspeed, little. Fordola, no! You were the chosen one! You have red hair! You were supposed to be better than the others!
Little, I wasn't expecting to see you here. You've heard what's happened then. Just as Fordola is beginning to earn our trust, she's given us the slip. As you may know, she wears a choker that's designed to do exactly that. If it's enchanted... what? She wears a choker that's designed to do exactly that if its enchantment is triggered. It's supposed to prevent her from escaping. If I were to give the order, she would be dead within moments. And she knows that. She took the risk anyway, so you have to believe she has a good reason.
That's what we're looking into now.
We're hoping Clarel and young Lily here could shed some light on the matter.
We'd like to ask about the conversation with about your conversation with Fordola, if we may. Yes, of course. I know she's a butcher, or was at least, but it didn't seem right to go without thanking her. That's why I requested the meeting, to express my gratitude and my apologies. She was quiet at first, just stood there as we spoke, as if she weren't even listening. Then I mentioned the blasphemy, and she looked at Lily, and all of a sudden clutched her own head and cried out in agony. Oh, that echo. The echo. Do you remember what you were thinking about at the time? A man. I saw, the one I saw in the city. What? Who? Did it have something to do with all these people panicking? I think he did. When I was waiting for you, I saw him. He was by himself. He looked poorly. So I asked if he was all right, and he said yes. He had a nice smile. He got up and started walking, but then... dude turned into a monster man. He was shouting and screaming. I was so frightened. I didn't want to talk about it, not even to Mum. I wish you would have said something sooner. I'm sorry, puppy. This is my fault for leaving you on your own.
The man who turned into a blasphemy, I'd wager. The girl saw him, which means Fordola had now seen him too.
There was one other thing. When Fordola was having her, funny turn, she said something. Charlie? No. Charlotte, I think? Yes, that was it.
Ring any bells?
Can't say it does, but if there's anything to do with the skulls, the Silver Griffin should have some information on him.
We'd best have a word with Ragnfrid then. You've both been very helpful. I'd like to thank you for being so kind to Fordola. She may not have said it, but I'm sure it meant a lot to her.
I have a couple more things I'd like to ask, so I'll catch up with you later. Let me fly my way back over here. Ba-ba-da-ba-da-ba-boo. Do I know that Tally reacted to my thing on stream? I'm aware of that. Have I seen it? No, I have not.
Charlotte, you say? Yes, that name came up during our recent investigations. As I recall, he served under the Viceroy during the occupation, and his whereabouts are currently unknown. Had an older brother named Ansfrid under the cranial lupi, which would give him a connection to Fordola. Is there anyone who can tell us more about him? Yes, an uncle, who we recently helped find employment here in Alagana. He's actually the one who asked us to look for Charlotte. You'll most likely find him working the Sleeping Stones. As it happens, I was planning to bring him something to eat. I'll join you there shortly.
Rob on.
Perhaps we should have asked what he looks like.
I love this guy. Still looking, eh? That's him over there. I hope we're not interrupted. No, of course not. It's good to see you, Roggenfrid. My word, the Bull of Alamigo and the Champion of the Alliance. What brings such esteemed guests to our humble quarry?
At ease, my good fellow. We merely wish to ask you about your nephew.
Charlotte, you found him? No luck yet, then. Is there anything else you can tell us? More about his childhood, perhaps?
Wasn't much of one, I'm afraid. Poor boy's life was ruined long before he had any say in the matter. His parents and I swore allegiance to Garlemald to secure ourselves and our kin's citizenship. For all the good it did us here, living amongst our countrymen who treated us as pariahs, took its toll on him and his brother, to be spat on as traitors by association. One thing led to another, and Ansfrid, together with most of his friends, joined the imperial army. That's how it started, you know. The cranial lupi, guys as loyal little pups. Do you remember the names of these friends? Yes, they had quite a reputation growing up. There was Emmeline, Rodolphe, and the angry little girl who grew up to become the butcher herself, Fordola. Charlotte was part of their group too, yes? But from what we've heard, he chose not to become a soldier. Wouldn't have lasted a day training. He knew better than anyone. He knew that better than anyone, of course. Not that it helped him feel any less guilty for turning his back on the others. He blamed himself for their deaths, for not stopping them when he had the chance, for not being strong enough to fight by their side, maybe save them, maybe not, but he wasn't there. He wished he had been. Then one day he was gone. Wherever he is, I hope he's safe and well.
So do we. Thank you. The information you've shared could prove useful. And for you, I've brought some food. Why don't you call it a day and go and enjoy it with your family? Let him have the peace for now. Back to Alagana.
Dang.
This guy rolled up like, oh, hey! So, not only was his brother a member of the Skulls, but Charlotte himself was a childhood friend of Fordola's. I'm told he refused the support of the Silver Griffins as well. He's been trying to make his own way for some time now. His brother and his friends died at Specula
Imperatoris, save for Fordola, and the gods only knows how he felt about her after that.
Or how Fordola felt about Charlotte after seeing Lily's memories of him, transforming into a blasphemy, brother of the man she killed and a childhood friend besides. She thinks she's responsible for this. That's why she ran, to kill the beast.
I never thought I'd say this, but I'm worried about her.
Oh, I'm worried about her. That's my old voice. Fordola is a survivor and an outcast herself, exactly the sort of person the Silver Griffins are trying to support. You've seen for yourself the sacrifices she's willing to make, and if you can learn to feel sympathy for her, maybe others can too.
I think we have enough information for the time being. Let's turn to the city, plan our next move.
Okie dokie. Is this the last quest? Is this the last quest?
All right. Yep. Investigate Charlotte's background. With any luck, we'll find him quick.
Anyway, take some time, chill out, don't worry about it. As for Fordola, we put Monago. Oh, Monago! I love Monago.
Once they found her, you have my permission to lend whatever support you deem necessary. If it comes to it, I may ask you to join the search. All right, great.
Yo, what up? How's it going? How you doing? Have I eaten anything? I had breakfast today, and water. Thank goodness you're here. Commander Aldine needs you right away. Follow me.
Keep it contained until I arrive, but do not engage it if you can help it. Understood?
That was Monago. Her unit has found Fordola, or rather, she has found them. In fact, I have Fordola
on the search party link, Pearl. She wants a word with you.
This is urgent, so be quiet and listen. The blasphemy, my friend, is right in front of us. I tracked him down, and when he spotted me, he started heading towards Specula Imperatoris. Look, little, I need your help. Charlotte's not... They never wanted to hurt anyone, but this thing's become... he's become is... I can't leave him like this. I've got to stop him, whatever it takes. I owe you. This is Monago. Can you hear me? We've got the blasphemy surrounded. No, Monago. Yeah, it's on the move, it is. Get ahead of it, but maintain distance. We need to... Fordola, what are you... Fordola?
There's no time to waste. They need our help.
Whoa. Oh, wow, we just clicked this man, huh? All right. We can't let the blasphemy slip through our fingers. We gotta help Fordola. Let's go. Yes. This should be fine. I won't wipe here. Yo, I love this guy. This guy looks great. Get out of there, Monago. Hold the line for as long as you can. Commander Aldine, the Warrior Light will be here any moment. Stay strong. Yo, this boy coming in like... He kicked that man in the dick? Hell yes, he did. That's my cannon.
It's like, keep away from my friends, bitch. You've done well. Leave the rest to us.
Yes, sir. Get the engine to safety.
Oh, my dick, you coward. You kicked me in the ding dong there. Traitor to them, to everyone.
I would never have turned my back. Monago got balls. Uh-oh. Did we see another version of this scene before? I wish there was another way. So do I, but fighting's the only thing I'm good at. Makes me wonder how I ended up with such a clever brother. Too clever for my own good, maybe. Just the thought of going into battle and getting hurt. About having to hurt other people. He's a bleeding heart, our Charlotte. Sooner befriend a fly than shoo it away, much less kill it. I could kill if I wanted. I could. Don't laugh at this boy. He's a sweetheart. But you don't. There's no shame in that. Leave the soldiering to us, Charlotte. We'll show the Garleans what we're capable of. Get the power and respect we deserve, and then things will change. They will. You'll see. We found a place for ourselves. You'll find yours soon enough. All right, that'll do. Everyone who's enlisting, meet back here tomorrow. This boy just took a long walk. He's like, oh, hell, I guess I'll go for a walk. In the end, what good did I do? They gave everything they had to give while I hid like a rat waiting for the storm to pass. Coward. 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 And monster. And monster. Coward. Coward. Better dead, better forgotten. It's not your fault, Charlotte. It's not. You didn't do anything wrong, and I'm the coward, the traitor, the butcher. I'll always be the butcher. Don't you dare, Fordola! Woo! You don't fuck with this girl. You don't get to end it. You don't get to give up. I won't let you. You have a lifetime to make amends and to atone, to become something more than you were. But if you die here, you are everything they say, everything you believe. Is that what you want? She's not going anywhere. This man! Oh, Arnvald. Arnvald, what are you doing here? Why are you even here, bro? There's nowhere else I'd rather be. Are these two gonna smooch? Am I here for this? Do I want that to happen? I can't fight by your side, but I can still cheer you on. I've seen your past, Charlotte. How you were left behind while your friends rushed into battle. It's bloody hard, isn't it? Wanting to do something so desperately with every fiber of your being, knowing that you should be able to. You should, but you can't. So you find another way to support them. Your way. You did that too, didn't you? You were there for them, even if it didn't feel like it. You were. You were, Charlotte. You were.
Oh, bro, I'm crying under my mask.
As a friend of mine once said, not all heroes are forged in the fires of battle. Got her. Got her.
The history of Alamigo is written in blood. While we cannot change the past, we can change the future. For that, we all must play our part. All of us. You too, Fordola.
Of all the answers, I don't know if that is like a great response or if that's so silly.
Like, you too, Fordola. You too.
Let us grant Charlotte the peace he deserves. I can't figure out if the you too. I want to say you too, but I can't figure out if it's a positive you too, or if that's something like you too, you big idiot, or if it's like and you're part of that, right? Or if it's like and you're also a part of that. I can't tell what the actual response is going to be. I just don't know. I want to say, I guess it doesn't matter particularly in the end, but, all right. Let's see what happens. Ansfrid, Emmeline, one day we'll be together again, but not yet. You never hurt anyone, Charlotte. That's not who you are. You'll be remembered as the kind soul you always were. But now, it's time to Stormblood fight. I'm counting on you. Let's go! Oh, are you waiting for me? Okay.
As one!
Woo! That was amazing looking! My friends. Oh, it does. Oh, look at that. This is a trap. Robon, hang out. Oh, shit. Can I get rid of it? Nice. Wow, okay, well I got hit. That's no good. 10 seconds. Save me from myself! Ow. Whoa. Shit, my boy protected me? My man!
Show them what we're made of!
My man living his life! Raban is a just king. Wrong side! Oh no! Yo, this boy's ability is so cool looking, holy shit! Now that was great. Thank you. I mean it. Oh, Fordola. Now kiss. Now kiss. We're looking everywhere for you. Have you now? That was great. It was great.
We put down the last remaining beast spawned by the blasphemy. 'Tis a pity we can do naught for those who turned, but that we were able to prevent further casualties is nothing short of a miracle. It's astonishing, too, looking back at Charlotte's case. Although his existence spurred others to transform, he never attacked any settlements or travelers. Even when he underwent the change in the middle of the crowded street, those who were present escaped with minor injuries at worst. I think deep down his compassion is what kept the raging blasphemy at bay.
The time he emerged from hiding was to journey to the place where his brother died.
Aye, it's clear he still retains some semblance of his former self. Another victim of the Empire's terrible legacy, along with his friends and so many others. But the Craniolupi wasn't the creation of the Imperials alone. Many of those youth sought a place with them because they were denied one with us.
That's why the memorial ceremony is so important. It's our chance to face our past together, to give them in death what we could in life, to not deny anyone a place in memory, even if it hurts or makes us feel ashamed.
You'll be attending, won't you?
I have been ordered to do so, so I suppose not.
In light of your leal service to Alamigo, I intend to have the conditions of by which you are bound eased. Providing I'm able to obtain approval, you'll be granted a degree of freedom. At the very least, we should soon have no need for that choker. There were no objections from me. You've done well.
Huh. Oh, girl. If I didn't know better, I'd think you were smiling. Well, I, for one, couldn't be happier with her efforts being recognized. It gives me that much more motivation to continue my work with the Silver Griffins and bring the people of Alamigo closer together. Got to do my best to keep up with a certain little lordling, eh? I think we've done enough for one day. Time to get some rest. Lovely. Lovely.
Allow me, as both guardian of Alamigo and your sworn comrade, to express my thanks for coming to our aid in these desperate times. No matter what manner of disaster may befall us, your presence alone is enough to keep the flame of hope burning bright. Aye, even someone on the very precipice of despair, such as Fordola, can find salvation in your guiding light.
You're something in a mortal flame yourself!
Ha! Been waiting for a chance to use that one, haven't you? I like to think I can still pull my weight on and off the battlefield, but that might be a bit generous. In any case, it's safe to say we've all benefited enormously from your sterling work here. We couldn't ask for a better healer or better friend. Our ambassador, Razan will be relieved to learn of your success. Go back and see him, okay?
All right, I'll do it. We did it. That was great. My decision to become an immortal flame still paying off all these years later. By which I mean 2. 2 years later. Actually, a year and a half later. I'm a Royal Flames. Well, the Royal Flames are like a secret immortal flame society. Thought you were Royal Flames. I'm a Royal Flame. Greetings! How goes it, amigo? Great. Problem solved. Saving the world as usual. Eliminating blasphemies, helping organize a memorial ceremony. They've certainly kept you busy. My example of going above and beyond the call of duty. That's what I love about you, Lil JC. Wait till the Sultana hears about this. Her Grace will not be the only one to welcome the news. On behalf of the company of yours and allies, allow me to express the most heartfelt gratitude. Hey, we did it. Lovely. More than guilt.